Emisión.net.
Hello again and welcome to Letter from England, broadcasting for AC Press and the Spanish Evangelical Alliance. A whole generation, and perhaps more, of Christians were brought up with one of the most infamous missionary stories, but ultimately inspiring, of modern times. The murder of 5 young American missionaries in the Amazon jungle in eastern Ecuador in 1956 at the hands of local Auca Indians. And this story is now being brought to the cinema in a film entitled End of the Spear. The film tells the story of Minkayani, chief of one of the most violent tribes ever known. He is brought up with the Auca, or Huarani as they're also known, teaching that a man must kill with the spear or be killed by another warrior's spear. Yet Minkayani's life, and those of his fellow tribe members, was to change completely in 1956, when he and others murdered 5 evangelical missionaries from North America, Nate Saint, Jim Elliot, Ed McCully, Peter Fleming, and Roger Youderian. This incident was to lead the tribe on an incredible spiritual journey, involving eventually their renunciation of violence, and even showing love to a neighbouring tribe who historically had been their bitter enemies. The Huarani used spears to kill and dismember the missionaries who, although they carried arms, did not defend themselves after they had landed on a little beach on a river well into the jungle. Following the missionary's death, Jim's widow Elizabeth and Saint's sister Rachel managed, against all human odds, to join the tribe and lead them to Christ. This process became known worldwide thanks to a report in Life magazine and later through the books written by Elizabeth Elliot. Well, now the amazing story has been made into a film which allies amazing jungle photography to the even greater picture of how forgiveness in Christ can lead to peace and reconciliation between people, no matter what evil has been done in the past. Half the box office takings from the film is to be given to the Huarani tribe, and another interesting dimension to the film is that it was not just filmed in English, but also in Embera, an indigenous language. Now, some claim that the tribe's conversion to Christianity helped them turn from their violence, enabling the tribe to survive. However, this hasn't been a complete and permanent change. In some cases, conflict between warring factions has not ceased altogether, and in May 2003, according to Ecuadorian authorities, 2 Huarani groups clashed, leaving at least 12 people dead. Yet there is no doubt that following the conversion of many tribal members, the Huarani were able to turn their lives around, leave hatred behind, and begin to value other people's lives in a way they certainly had not done before. An indication of how Christian forgiveness works in practice is seen in the fact that Minkay, one of the murderers, travelled around with that Saint's son, Steve, to promote the film, and Saint's new book of the same title. In an interview in which Saint translated for him, Minkay said that his tribe murdered the missionaries because the tribal elders were furious and wanted at all costs to prevent foreigners from reaching the tribe's home. They accused the missionaries of trying to kill indigenous people. Minkay, though, says, "We knew it was a lie, but the group of warriors decided not to kill each other, but to kill the foreigners." He admits that his heart was dark until he knew Jesus. According to James Bosters, professor of anthropology at Connecticut University in the USA, the Huarani, as well as killing foreigners, had the highest level of massacres among themselves known of any tribal group. And before the missionaries arrived, there were barely 600 Huarani left. They tried various methods, but nothing worked until the missionaries arrived. Another missionary, Catherine Peake, who lived with the Huarani from 1960 to 1992 doing Bible translation, said they put an end to internal fighting by providing medical help and by establishing schools where men could find wives, which previously had been one of the main causes of conflict. Christian teaching also put an end to the murder of children who were twins, deformed, or born outside wedlock. They also stopped the practice of sacrificing children after the death of their parents. Steve Saint began working with the Huarani after the death